Good evening, welcome to St James's Park. This is just about the most exciting place to be in English football right now. Newcastle United, top of the league, unbeaten, top scorers, and an absolute revelation in Europe so far. But will that continue tonight against the Spanish team, Athletic Bilbao? We're about to see, of course. Along with us is Alan and Jimmy. Alan, your thoughts on this match tonight?
Well, as you say, they're breathtaking against Antwerp in the first round. Same again would do fine. I think they've got the front players that can win any game, and Beardsley and Cole. I just hope that if they don't go off to a flying start, they stay in control. They don't really want to be thrown caution to the wind, because the Continentals are adept at soaking up the pressure and hitting the brake. Newcastle have only had one clean sheet here this season. Let's hope tonight it's two.
Bit of patience first from you. Jim.
Yes, I think the thing that works so well for them, the wonderful atmosphere that this crowd can generate, can get them overexcited in a game where they might not get on top early on. And that might lead them to losing a goal, and then there is panic.
But looking forward to it, of course.
I am looking forward to the crowd. Well, it's silly to say more than the football, but the atmosphere here is something very special.
It's different, isn't it?
And I'm looking forward to it this evening.
Now, at half-time here, we'll bring you the highlights of Aston Villa's away UEFA tie in Turkey. But now let's join our commentary team here, Trevor Brooking and Barry Davis.
And those among the Newcastle supporters who are wearing the blue shirts have got it right, because that's the colour they will wear this evening to avoid the clash with the striped shirts of the Spanish side from Bilbao. Firm connections between Bilbao and this part of the world from the shipbuilding industry. Bilbao very much a place where English style is preferred both on the football pitch and in other walks of life, and they've had managers there like Ronnie Allen and more recently Howard Kendall. And they brought a fair number of supporters who will be finding it a good deal colder up here in the northeast than it is in the north of Spain. Although I understand this is the time of the year when they get quite a lot of rain there. Good support for a side that are not actually doing particularly well in the Spanish league at the moment. They've had a disappointing start, but that in the main is because of injuries. Side that have won 8 Spanish championships and hold the record for the number of successes in the Cup. They've won it 23 times. But their last trophy was a decade ago in 1984 when they won the double under the man who is now the manager of the national side in Spain.
Jim Lilly from TNT's television.
Great admiration among the players for this magnificent stadium. And there, Bobby Moncur, wearing the headphones, the man who captained Newcastle to their European success back in season 68-69. Apart from the use of the glasses there for reading, doesn't seem to have changed too much. Can't believe, Trevor, it's that long ago.
No, it looks pretty fit. I must say, I'm sure he can't believe either the change in this stadium. I mean, over the last 18 months, couple of years, I think we've seen the face of football change as far as the seating arrangements, and certainly this stadium, once it's rounded on the two sides, you can see at that end, the stadium goes all the way around. It isn't quite the same this end of the field, as you can see that gap in the two corner flags. And speaking to Sir John Hall beforehand, the chairman of the club, he did say he's hoping by the end of the season it would almost be a total bowl shape by then. And certainly the atmosphere is tremendous, and by then it would be a 38,000 capacity, although they've also got the option of building on top of the stand where we sit on the gantry at the moment, and then got a possibility of almost another 10,000.
German officials in the lead, and here come the teams. In some respects, this might be said to be opening night in European campaign for Newcastle, because when their side played here in the first round, they already had a 5-0 lead. Good news for Newcastle. Hertiger and Darren Peacock both recovered from hamstring injuries. They're in the starting lineup. Robert Lee, though, is still missing, And Lee Clark gets only his second chance this season in the starting lineup.
Yes, of course, Barry Venison's still out with hamstring trouble, so number 6, Philippe Albert, will be that anchor man in midfield, and just the forward part of the diamond, as you mentioned, Lee Clark had to be patient for his opportunity. I'm sure he'll be anxious to prove a point this evening.
Bilbao have injuries to no fewer than 7 of their first team squad, and that's the side with one change that drew 0-0 in Seville on Sunday. But they're without people like Julen Guerrero, the promising young attacking player, and John Adoni Goicoechea, who joined them from Barcelona in the summer. The one change in the lineup compared with Sunday is the presence of Alquitha at number 8, which suggests to me, Trevor, rather more covering somewhere.
Yes, I think that's a suggestion also for Kevin Keegan. He was saying beforehand, Arthur Cox on the coaching side went to see the game against Seville. They think the extra man will go into midfield. He even could make a sort of 5-man defensive formation, but their injuries are in attacking players, so they do think they'll get a number of people goal side.
One of the internationals in the side, Jenna Andrinua, the captain of Bilbao. The only other one in tonight's lineup is the number 9, Liganda. Andy Cole didn't score on his 23rd birthday on Saturday. Never in his career at Newcastle has he gone to 3 matches without scoring. He hasn't scored in the last 2. All the officials this evening come from Germany. The referee, Heinz Helmut Krug. And Newcastle playing left to right. Sandy Cole, of course. The team playing in stripes are the Spanish team, Athletic Bilbao. And the referee noting the name. And I think it was Mendiguren that he was looking at, and if that is so, Mendiguren will not play in the second leg. Sellers, useful, Beresford, Cole, Fox, good, it's there! Valencia got an arm to it, but he couldn't keep it out. And Ruel Fox brings the crowd to its feet. It was behind Cole, but he got a flick up on, and the speed of Fox to see the opportunity. The goalkeeper will be disappointed with his part, but the Newcastle supporters won't worry too much about that.
Well, first opportunity that Beresford did get behind the defence, headed it back in.
And Mr. Krug waits for Peter Beardsley. Four goals to his credit this season. There's a fifth.
Goal number 2 for Newcastle.
Well, I didn't mess about placing that one, did it? Just sheer power. And it's culminated in an influential 5 minutes for Peter Beardsley. First half an hour, haven't been able to quite get into the game, and then he just seemed to have 1 or 2 important touches when he spread the ball wide on the right. Then he had the shot.
Sellers. Beardsley comes to take over. Albert, surprisingly, stopped running. Clark. 2 down the middle.
There was a great shout from the crowd there, wasn't it, when Lee Clark got possession? You don't need a shout from any of your teammates.
Goal kick. Off to go. Disappointed. Don't think she was pleased with the verdict either.
Just the last few minutes, though, Newcastle's passing just becoming more incisive, more dangerous.
Yes, I think it's their best spell. This is Fox. This is Cole, and that is number 3. And Cole maintains his unbelievable sequence. Fox applauds him, and he will applaud Fox in return. Clipped up, head of Cole, goalkeeper. Somewhat theatrical dive over the top of the ball.
Well, I don't think he could get near. I think it was a wonderful header, right back beyond the goalkeeper. The perfect cross by Royal Fox there, just acknowledging his part. Don't forget the little touch from Peter Beardsley, the little layoff that opened up.
Ballard tries again. Cervantes does well, and Thiganda gives Bilbao an away goal. And chance for celebration for those who've made the journey over from northern Spain. Very simple goal. Did really well, Cervantes, to guide that on, and they were caught a bit flat. And Thiganda makes it 3-1.
Thiganda hasn't had a very easy evening up there by himself. Darren Peacock caught between the two. They just lifted it over Cernicek extremely well. And 3-1, just that bit of complacency. It's always a danger. Probably Bilbao always knew, but if we can just get one goal, it will certainly create that interest now.
And some credit to their coach. As I'm sure Kevin Keegan will privately concede when it's all over. He went for another attacker, and it's gained the dividend he was looking for. It's now required. Cervantes. Garitano again. Indiguren is forward of the man in possession. There's Larrazabal. Indiguren, and that's another one. Cervantes, who stole in from the near side as we looked, unguarded. Suddenly, it's 3-2.
Well, it's a marvellous cross. Once you lose the momentum of a game, you just can't seem to wrestle it back. And look, it comes inside. John Beresford there, and the header for the substitute definitely made a difference. But a wonderful cross right across the face of the goal.
Indiguren who picked him out, and the substitute has certainly made his presence felt. Set up the first, has scored the second, and made those who travelled from Bilbao feel very different.